You already
Yes.
know.
You
Hey, hey,
already
hey,
know.
hey. It's a
Hey,
great God day on Wyoming.
I'm Peg.
I'm Linda.
I'm Charlene.
And we are
Four
For
Four
Sisters
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 Live.
Alive.
Live.
Yes, we are. That's an awesome time. Like, I'm just so excited. I'm still excited. I am just still feeling blessed and feeling so loved. And oh, I just feel so great today. I wonder why.
I
Oh,
wonder why.
I
we were
oh,
surrounded with so much love last
Love.
night.
Oh my God.
it was so
But
much energy. You know, the energy is what matters. Your energy
positive,
matters.
it
Let me
does.
say that again.
The
Your
spirit was there.
energy matters.
It
I
does.
don't care. You can have down days and not so many, but your energy matters.
Yes, it
Right.
does.
And
Right.
that's what I feed off of people's energy, your spirit.
Yeah, you
Where are
want
you?
people around you. And when I left there, and I always say that you want to be around people that don't just tolerate you, but
Oh,
celebrate you. Like,
yes. Yes.
celebrate me. I don't want anybody to just put up, no, 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 no. I like you to celebrate me
Yes.
all the time, not just my birthday, but I need to walk in your presence and feel that. And I feel that with my sisters, regardless if we
Yes.
having a birthday party or not. But last night, of course, was super special because it was Wyoming's birthday, and it's in
Yes.
a
It
room
was.
full
It
of
is.
all
You,
of us.
I am
Yes.
so, so blessed to know you ladies. I promise you, this has been the most exciting time of my life to be a part of an organization that receives you. And nothing's perfect. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
Nothing's
it is. I'm sorry.
we are perfect, trying to work on perfection. We are that, and we're perfect in God's sight, if we will. But my point is that, Charlene, you're right. We work on being and working in perfection because this is who
Yeah.
we should be.
Hmm.
We
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
working in perfection anyway. We don't take
Every
no
day.
half
Every day.
no.
Yeah.
We're not those people. We're not that. So you're correct.
Right.
We
Yeah. We're
do
good
love
people.
doing things that are going to elevate us, give us what
Yeah.
we need, love up on each other, support each other.
So
Hmm.
We have this. This is priceless, people.
Hmm.
it is. Why?
It's
It is
priceless.
truly.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Light attracts light, and I think that's what we are as sisters. We attract those around us that are light, light and love.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
like Darius McPherson would say, light and love, light and love.
So yeah, this has been awesome, and I just want to shout out to you all and all of those who are out there. Come on in, join our show, share
thanks,
it, like.
Marion. Marion's joining us today.
Always,
Yes, as
See
always.
always.
you.
Welcome
And
to Marion. Hi, Marion. All of
Hi,
you all, come
Marion.
on in, share, like, love, throw some hearts up for us. Today is the first Saturday, the first weekend of August. This month is moving, y'all.
Oh,
okay.
oh,
We are in
Already.
August.
Already. Already. Already.
And so this is the first Saturday of the month. As you all know, we talk about domestic violence every first Saturday. And we're going to get into some things and topics. We have a lovely and our awesome sister has been with us. She's a part of us. And we wanted to have her on today. And this is none other than Dr. Marty K. Casey.
Yay.
And so we love her. And so we want her, when she comes on, we're going to have the conversation as it relates to where are we now? Women, we're on the move. There's a new day.
It's a new
Things
day.
are happening. We're living in a historic moments.
yeah.
Yes.
And so we want to have the conversation of what is going on surrounding us and what are we going to do to continue to be in the fight? Because they say when we fight, we win.
We fight, we win.
We fight, we win. And
Yes.
I believe that. So I just want us to have that conversation when she comes in on that note. But we're going to move right along and do some things to say what's happening in our world. Like you say, what's happening in your world, girls? So what's happening in our world, girls? What's going on, Peggy?
I'm still celebrating with you.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
look,
look. I think we are all at the hip at this point.
life is so precious, and you just want to surround yourself with the right people. I mean, when you get our age, why, and Charlene and Linda, we know what it's like. And so I think that's the reason why we gravitate to each other and we support each other. life is so precious.
Yes, it
is.
is.
And I'm telling you,
It
I
is.
have seen and have lost about 11, 12 friends of mine within the past 90 days.
Ooh,
I
wow.
don't think I lost that many when the pandemic was in place. I mean,
Oh,
it's still in
goodness.
place, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Wow.
unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
It
Yeah.
is.
So I try my best to love up on all of you. If you wonder why I am the way I am, it's because you are the way you are.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
Come
Yeah.
on, poetic. That
Yeah.
was
Girl, I'm
good.
getting
Y'all
it in my
better
old
type
age.
that. That was some good.
I
Ooh.
receive
Seriously,
every bit of that.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I receive it. I receive it, Peggy,
That's good.
because that's why I said having people that's in your circle, it matters. Our
It
health
does.
matters. Our mental space matters.
It
So
does.
true.
Our spirituality of where we are, even with that, matters. Everything that we have as humans that we can do to be where we are, to love and be happy. These are our days that this is where we
It
should
is.
be.
Yep.
And you think on it, you think about this, and you really think about it. This is something that you can demand it and have it. It's only up to us. It's only up to you. What do you or do not want to accept anymore?
Mhm.
And I
That's true.
accept to want to live happy and be at peace and be in
Exactly.
sound mind doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
because
good.
that's
Wow.
good, right?
Put that
That's
out
right.
there. Put that
They're
out there.
positive. Yep. Yep.
People type that in the comment. What are you going to live with, and what can you live without this year? Like, I'm sorry, but August is the beginning of the year, so y'all might as well go on and just relive start your day, your life right now. It's like type that in there. You heard Wyoming. Wyoming honorably is the 1st of August, so we call it our January 1st. What are you
Yeah.
gonna be able to live without, right? Like,
Yeah.
just get rid of. Like, it's man, like this thing of life, like Peggy said, is so precious, and just my birthday year is like so amazing. Like, so I
And,
have
and and the
nothing
funny
but
thing about it is, why it was not even my birthday, and I woke up this morning and felt like it was mine.
that. Yes, what?
I did.
Yes, that
I woke
part.
up like, wait a minute, is it my birthday or is it what?
And,
Did you
hey,
hear that
okay.
sound? Go party like it's my birthday. I woke up and I'm like, whoa, the energy.
But that's the real thing, that when you love people and you're around people, the energies, this is what the energy attracts. Positivity attracts the energy,
Yes,
y'all. Y'all
yes.
gave it. You all gave me life. You breathe life into me.
Oh,
And not even know. That's why I tell people, be careful how you treat people. You never know what
Yes,
folk are dealing with.
yes,
But it
yeah.
matters of where and who you're around that's going to make a difference in how you're going to see things differently.
That's true.
and the way you feel.
And the
Right.
way you feel.
Yes,
And the
Yeah.
way you feel. And so right now, because it's not just because of what we did last night, this is happening across the board. Have you all seen feel the paradigm shift since Kamala came in?
of course.
And the whole energy, we talking about energy has shifted.
Mm-hmm.
The earth
Everything.
has shifted.
Yep.
God has shifted some stuff.
The
Yes.
whole it's the whole world has shifted.
The
It's
whole
really
world, yeah,
shifted,
it's
man.
The
time.
whole
It's
world
time.
it's like a rippling effect.
It's a
Yeah.
rippling effect
it's just,
across the
Yeah.
people. God shows us it's all creeds, color, religion.
mm-hmm.
Everyone who wants to be a part of what we're doing. Don't worry about those who don't want to come. Can't deal with that.
Can't
Let
hey,
us
Go
come to
on.
all who want to be
right.
and see the change in the energy that we're in. And I'm excited about it. So I think we're in a good place. We're in a good space. We just got to act on it and keep it so that we can leave the legacy.
Yeah.
Right.
So we
Right.
can leave the legacy for our children, our grandchildren, and so for our people in our community. This is where we are now. This is where, as Black people,
We
we've all
really
been
have to
raised
teach
like
the
this, man.
children how to appreciate it, because sometimes
Yeah.
they don't. They don't
Yeah.
appreciate it. They take things for granted,
Yeah.
and when they take things for granted, they lose.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be a part of the build. They want to be a part of the
Tear
outlet.
down. Yeah. The conflict.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever. They want to, so we have to teach our kids, like they said, secession, because we have to learn that it wasn't really taught to us And we have
Yeah.
to learn to teach it to them so that you don't lose what you already have and you can build on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what's happening with our young people, I believe, some of them, you know, I really do.
I agree with you, Linda, on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda, I think they can learn from lessons like what your mom did for you or what my father did for me. I mean, they didn't have much, but
They
he owned
built
the
on what
house. They
they
owned
had.
the house. They
And you
passed
have,
it down.
yeah.
They had a little bit of an insurance policy, and they bought some land that we didn't know about. But when it's time to sell it, guess what? They made
Yes.
sure their name was on it, that it will pass down 30, 40, 50 years to you as a descendant. Like that is
That's
like
right.
powerful. So
That's
those
very
little
powerful.
tiny things where they didn't have a lot, because my grandma was a maid, right? They
Yep.
didn't have a lot. She was a cotton picker,
Yep.
right? But the
And
little that
Kamala
they
talked
did,
about that, how she
Yeah.
built, how things was built in her family, you know,
Yeah.
from her mother on up, you know, and it just, she had the lessons and the lessons learned, and she kept building. And that's what we have to do. We have to keep building and building.
Yes.
Because
And that's what we're doing now.
Look what happened. That's what we're
Exactly.
doing. Yeah, that's what
Exactly.
we're
We're
doing.
building on this conversation that we're having.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've
We're
been having
building.
this conversation, ladies, for some time. And I believe God kept us going up in the midst of whatever, like, oh God, what are we doing? How are we going to do it? Now we're building, because anything worth having is worth keeping.
Right.
And so it's worth us having it. It's worth keeping because it helps me. It helps
And
me.
you have to love and you have to trust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
To look forward.
To look forward.
To look
So
forward.
I'm glad that we're here, and it's on a good note. And speaking of birthdays, who else is celebrating a birthday today? Or this week or this month, or however we're going to put it out there, Peg. You know how we do.
Believe it or not, let me tell you something. I'm so proud. We have 8 sisters just in the organization who's celebrating the birthday. One
my.
Paris, the 1st, Janice Leak on the 4th.
Yeah.
Charlene, yours is on the 14th, right?
That's yeah.
Okay. Stephanie White on the 21st. Linda Power, yours is on the 24th. I forgot Beth Lovejoy. She's celebrating her. Well, she just celebrated on the 2nd. Karen McConnell Jones on the 12th. And Denise Petway. Hey, Denise. That's another one of us. Happy birthday, my sisters.
Happy birthday to
Happy
all of
Leo
those.
birthday.
That's
That's amazing. This is an amazing month, guys. You got the Democratic convention is going to happen this month. Oh my gosh. We got a lot going on, but I don't know what I'm doing for my birthday, but I'm going with the flow. I'm going with the flow. I came back home because I was in LA, Las Vegas, and a couple other states in North Carolina. And I came back home for Wyoming for a little bit because I was going to say where I was. Let's just get that straight, okay? And so she was telling me to do something, and I'm like, "What's my computer down?" I'm like, "I'm done. I'm gone. I'm back on the road, right?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I got to stay here in Maryland because Wyoming birthday is." I thought it was Friday. But then when I found out, I was like, I'm sorry, I thought it was Thursday. I apologize. Because I was like, what is she doing? Oh my God, I missed her birthday. That means I could go on. And I said, let me text her and find out what is this invitation again? And she's like, oh, it's Friday at 6:30. I'm like, oh my God. So I had to tell all the other sisters, did you know her birthday? Did you get the invitation? They're like, oh yeah, I thought it was. I was like, I told you, girl, but let's just play this off and go on and get down there.
Well, breaking
That was
news,
so
y'all.
funny.
Breaking
But I
news.
wouldn't have
Breaking
missed it. 'Cause I think that's so
breaking news.
important. Birthdays
What?
are important, but they're really
Oh,
more
we
important
forgot-
to me
we
to the
got- We
people.
forgot a very special of her birthday.
Who?
Barack Obama, our former
Oh,
president.
that's right. That's right.
Okay.
August the 4th,
Okay,
tomorrow.
we have James Baldwin. He also was born on the 2nd.
Yeah.
Dropping the mic.
That's it. Drop the mic on the man.
Drop the mic. And we have Ralph Bunch, our first African-American Nobel Peace Prize winner, was born on the 7th.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
All great people.
Whoop, whoop. Anybody know about the Leos? You better ask somebody.
Ask somebody.
Please ask
Watch
somebody
them
because
roar. Watch them roar.
Watch us roar, baby. So that's wonderful. So
Hey, Diane, thank you for joining us.
thanks, Diane,
Smith.
and all of you all out there who's
Diane,
joining us.
long time no see.
hit the love. Hit the love. Hit the love. Hit the
Hey,
love.
Marianne. Yes, yes. Share. Hit, y'all. Come on. Wake them up. Wake them up.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
in the other news, what's going on in our world as it relates to the community? We got some things we want to share.
Love it.
What we have coming up. I know what I would like for us to do is acknowledge our sister Sassy. It was I'm sorry, Sonia Massey had it backwards. Sonia Massey, who was gunned down unnecessarily awful, and we want to show her some love on this show today.
Yes.
And when we put this up, you have it, Dante. Dante, Sonia Massey. No, the picture, sweetheart. That one, yes, definitely. We want to right now. Let's take a moment of silence, a prayer, just a few seconds, and just be silent on her behalf. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Yes, thank you. Amen and amen.
So sad.
It is.
Beautiful girl.
Another angel gone.
Thank you, Dante. There's a lot. That's what we're talking about domestic in any way, but particularly when it's done like this to another woman, another sister, a Black sister. It hurts all of us. It hurts the community. It
Exactly.
people everywhere.
Yes.
And this is unnecessary.
That's what. Yeah, unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
Just evil.
I don't even know the words. I have no words. It's just the fact with just when we say we sick and tired of being sick and tired. When are we really going to be sick and tired of being sick and tired? Is it in the laws? Is it where it's being placed politically? There's some things that I know when Dr. Casey comes on, Marty comes on. We want to talk about this today as it relates to her, other women that we've lost, even men. And she has such a great program, and I would love for her to continue to have that conversation on the other side when she comes on. But we really have to continue the conversation. That's my first take on. Let's just continue the conversation. And out of the conversation, something could be done. Somebody got to hear somebody. We are doing it. There are people on the streets. They're on the front line. They're making some headways, but it's still something's not being done. It's deeper than that. It's almost deeper than We Shall Overcome March. It's deep.
Because it keeps happening.
Because it continues to happen.
Well, somebody's giving it permission to happen. And this is what I like about this year. We will have a woman president. I'm not even going to call her a Black woman. I'm just going to say a woman.
A woman.
Okay.
A woman.
For president. Yeah, we will have a woman for president, and we will actually get to see her take action against these atrocities that are happening to Black women and Black men. And I truly believe that we're probably going to see more of this happening with our Black women in particular. And I think we should be aware. And so we are sounding the alarm right now, because we already know that they don't want a Black woman in there. But this is not just a Black woman. This is a woman, period.
It's a woman. That's the whole.
We need to protect ourselves from law enforcement, and they need to, revamp the, political realm and also the law enforcement realm when it comes to protecting us as women. So it's going to be some causes going on. I think, this domestic violence conversation we're going to have today, Wyoming, is going to be necessary. It's so necessary, because domestic violence is not just the physical abuse that we receive from the person we thought loved us, but from the law enforcement. So we're going to have that conversation, guys. Y'all tune in and go share. Yeah, I'm excited.
Very important. It's a necessary from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Yes, it really is. If we have anything else that we want to share, we don't have to share. I want to go ahead and bring Marty in, and because right now we can begin to talk about the disrespect that continues to happen.
Mm-hmm.
The dismissment of what's going on right now, the total ignorance that is happening right now. They don't want to accept where we are right now. How do we deal with this? And where we need to do is we are a movement, ladies. You're on mute, Peg.
No, it's no doubt about it.
Yeah, we are a movement. Our core of our Sisters for Sisters network is a movement.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
We galvanize our sisters.
Mhm.
And we are, Peggy, because we have things coming up, and you in the forefront as well as we all are, to make this become a reality of what we need to do, and reach out to other sisters that have come on board with us. And every time we can open our mouth in any settings that we need to do right now, I think we are going to be the ones to make that happen. It should make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yes. Dante, we want to bring in our sister, Dr. Marty K. Casey, at this time. She needs no introduction.
For those who don't know,
So for those of you who do not know,
yeah,
she is out of where is she? Where is she? Where is she?
where are you?
There she
There
is.
she is. What's up, girl?
Marty. Oh my goodness. It's always a pleasure to be in that waiting room, just listening like a sponge, taking it all in. I love my sisters. You're always in my heart, even if I'm not on the screen with you. But when I'm on the screen, I am screaming all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, just happy to be here in spirit. I have to just jump right in and say this. There was something that Peggy said that is so profound. And if I don't know if someone can go ahead and type this in, but this is what's going to carry us through, I believe, the whole rest of the year, because we on a roller coaster ride right now. Yeah. We have 468 seats that need to be filled in Congress. We have this presidential race. We have things going on locally. I live in St. Louis, Missouri. Next Friday, you all, we're commemorating 10 years of Michael Brown Jr. being shot and killed on the street.
Wow.
So as you just brought up our sister Sonia Massey, we know that this just continues to happen. And what are we going to do about it? It's that preventative work that we have to start speaking about. But Peggy said something. We need T-shirts. We need all of this. Peggy, this is what you said. If you wonder why I am the way I am, it's because you are the way you are.
Woo! And that just came off the cuff. I did not plan that. It just came.
I'm so glad that it did. And I'm so glad that you're so open to be used and let God use you in that manner. You not hold back from what you feel, because we can only heal what we feel. And what you said, even though you said it from a positive standpoint of showing it from the love aspect, it also works from the aspect of where we are right now in this moment, in the temperament of what's happening around us. See, there's so many other cultures wondering why we show up the way that we do. Why do we start to march? Why do we start to push back? Why do we start to fight back? Why do we start to speak up? Why do we start to galvanize? Why do we go to the polls and vote? It's because you're wondering why I am the way I am. Is because you are the way you are. So if you want to see something change with me culturally, I need you to change first. You want to see something show up differently, I need you to be different. You want to see something to grow into love, I need you to love me first, because that's what you haven't done.
Right.
So I'm telling you, Peggy, you said something. And if we can get that statement to our president-elect, who will soon be our first woman president, and I am going to say she Black. I'm not going to leave that part out, because that's important. That's important. The first Black woman. Yes. We're the last to have a voice. We're the last to be invited into the room. But the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And we coming in first because we have been last. If we can get that statement, that
put that on. Can we have that written right now?
Already written.
Put that
Yeah.
on there.
You got
Let's
it?
put that in. Let's type it. I want that put in the chat. In every
It's
chat. Let's
already in
put
the
it in our chat.
so
What
just
Peggy?
highlight
What
it.
does it say?
Highlight it. We already have it in the chat.
Yeah, well,
Got it
let's
in
put
chat.
it on our tag. Let's tag it on our banner, please.
Yes,
We gotta
yes,
get this
yes.
statement over to her. And
Yeah.
and Peggy, and it has to be said that this is a quote by Peggy, but we have to get it over to our president-elect. If you wonder why I am the way I am, it's because you are the way you are. That
And
right
that's
there.
that's from the heart.
This show can end right now because Peggy ended it when she said it.
Always
Go.
sisters.
Always friends.
Listen, let me give you look, let me give you some power to the people. Look at my little fist. Power to the people. Head. I was over here with my little fist.
No, Marty,
Baby, listen. You said something today.
From the heart, honey. From the heart.
Yes. And so I just want to thank, I want to thank you all for always being inclusive of bringing me into the room. And if it is okay, I want in the respect of this being domestic violence, I had written this piece, and I believe they may even be tuning in right now. I actually read this piece. It's short. It's a little poem that I've written. And what I want us to do as women, we got to really start paying attention to other women, especially right now. We got to take care of each other, like in the spirit of how you all show up with one another. You all were able to celebrate Wow on her birthday and woke up like it was your birthday because you're connected. You are connected. You see, trauma's transferable, and so is healing. And so when you are connected in being healed, you are connected by love. You are connected by spirit, and all things are good. We're not paying attention to our women and paying attention to each other. So I just want to just share this poem, and it says, "Please, sister, look at me."
Ooh, go ahead, Casey.
Sister, did you see me this morning? I clocked in late today because he hit me last night. I wanted to speak, but I was hiding my eyes. One eye is black and both eyes were crying. Sister, did you even look at me this morning? Sister, if you seen me, why didn't you speak? Your warm hello was exactly what I needed. After he had loudly cursed me out and had my face bleeding, I came to work today, sister, hoping a friend would just see me. Sister, did you even notice that today I didn't take a break? My spirit was so broken that I worked longer just to escape. Sister, did you even notice me at all? Because I was hoping you would ask, what happened to my eye? Did I hit a door or did I fall? Sister, before I clocked out today, I left you a note. It's my secret sister sheet of emergencies, and I listed your name on it. If you don't see me tomorrow, I need the police to be called. Send them to that address listed above because, sister, between me, you, and God, I might already be gone.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Please, sister, look for me and help me save myself. If he kills me, I pray that he gets caught so he can't hurt anyone else.
Ooh.
Wow. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
Wow.
Yes.
That's it.
Wow.
Yes. Amen.
How many sisters are we not looking at? How many sisters are we seeing and we're not saying anything? How many sisters do we can feel and we can see and we know that they are being abused, and we secretly and silently praying versus showing up and helping? See, when we talk about domestic violence, I have to tell you that action has to follow. It can't just be talk. We have to really help a sister understand how to walk this thing out. And it really starts with connection. It starts with trust. It starts with no judgment and just love, because we are all sisters and we all can be in a position where anything can happen. Yes. And when that happens, really your help is in the person that sees you, that sees
That's
you
it.
in your hurt and your pain, and doesn't judge you and connects with you and say, I got you.
Mhm.
That's really how we overcome domestic violence. And it's
Mhm.
interesting, even when I wrote this piece, sisters, before this happened with Sonia Massey. So here she thought she heard somebody knocking at her door in the fear of living alone and something's going on outside. And because she might not have had a good sister connection of calling somebody saying, hey, y'all, that sounds like somebody might, so, hey, come on over here for a second. Let me see what's going on. I'm going to call the police while y'all on y'all way. She called the police, and they were supposed to come and protect and serve.
Mhm.
But instead, they showed up and they killed her.
Mm.
So if we don't know today how important it is for our sister power to be in place, because I may not be able to call 911 anymore when I feel the fear coming up on me in my own home. That was domestic violence because she was in her own
Own home.
home.
Yep.
Mhm.
And had that one camera not been on that other officer, we probably would never have heard about this story. And if we heard about the story, it surely wouldn't sound like what we saw.
It would not. It would not.
No.
It would not.
So this is where take time, Dr. Marty, too, for those who don't know you, may be tuning in for the first time, and introduce yourself and let them know who you are in your organization and what your background is.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm sorry. I just jumped right in and
No,
started.
it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They know who you are now.
Well, I'm Dr. Marty with Ungun Institute, where we help individuals, families, and communities disarm from trauma. The 4 pillars that Ungun sits on is bullying, domestic violence, suicide prevention, and gun violence prevention, and really all those things in between, from hate speech to racism. But those 4 strong pillars are really where we meet people where they are. We are a firm believer that when we are helping individuals heal from violence that have already have pretty much have stricken them, if you will, and causing hurt and pain to get stuck. We know how important it is to start with self-reflection, and that and from self it then moves into family, and from family into community, and it has to be done in that order. When I look at the police department right now, that is what I consider to be community. And if we were to take this situation that just happened with Sonia Massey, and we look and we trauma trace, and these are words that are being introduced to you by Ungun Institute. So what we teach is trauma tracing. And if we were to trauma trace just on some of the things that we heard allegedly about the police officer, we would take that back to, we were told that in 4 years he had already been to 6 different precincts, right? So
Yeah.
he's working in community. His job is to protect and serve in community. But how was he even showing up even in his own family life, right? In his individual life. So to have, a couple of DWIs and different things like this, it already, as we trauma trace that back, we can already see where he really was not fit and well to even be serving the community. So we can catch a lot of these things when we do that self-work with individuals. So it's our goal, and I think you alluded to this a little bit, Wyoming, and bringing me in. It is our goal to try to tell as many people as we possibly can, organizations, companies, and cities in states about Ungun Institute. We could come in and do a 3-day workshop with your community, with your leaders, with on a job with the CEOs. We start from the top down, because it's those at the top that are supposed to be in the leadership position, but they're the ones that's falling further than the ones that's already on the bottom, because they have not received the help that they needed. So we come in, and this is where we turn things around. Just real quick, in my city here, just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we did a 3-day workshop. I'm very proud about. There's a school district we just worked with, and in March, a young man, 100 students broke out fighting. And they could not, they called the police all day. It took forever for them to break up this fight of 100 students out in the streets fighting. And there was one man who lost his life. Someone stabbed him, and he was unalived on the scene. So that's School Guardian Ungun Institute. And they wanted to bring me in to work with the students. I said, no, the proper way to really disarm this trauma is to work with your social workers and your counselors first. And then I'm going to train them to then train the teachers. And then the teachers are going to have impact on the students. And then the students is going to take that back home. That is how we begin to change the trajectory of how the journey of how the trauma is moving. And when we got in there this week, you all, to work with these counselors and these social workers, the things that was unpacked, I had a white male counselor break down. And this is socially, we're talking about, this is probably a 85 to 90% Black school. So here's a white male counselor who broke down because at 15, his mother left and moved out of the house and left him in the home alone. And he was still holding on to that trauma.
Wow.
So this is why he says, I look for jobs where there is a trauma filled position, because it seems like that's what I need. I said, because you keep eating what you've been fed.
Right.
When your mother left you in that hurt and pain, now you think that's the only thing you have a taste for.
Right.
So you need healing, because you're now only serving up what it is you cook. You got to have some healing so you can cook something different and give these children and feed them something different.
Yes.
But had we not gone in with Ungun Institute to disrupt that and disarm that, we would still see a cycle of violence happening. So we're very kudos to the school district that brought us in to do the work. And we hope that all school districts bring us in. Doesn't matter what city it's in, wherever there are teachers, wherever there are institutions, and these individuals are over our children, we need to come in and make a difference.
Dr. Marty,
saying something?
No, I was going to ask Dr. Marty, you're not only working in your community in St. Louis, you're also working, if I'm not mistaken, in Baltimore and Prince George's County, if I'm not in DC. Is that correct?
We worked with the police officers there last year. That is correct. And I actually just got back from Ibiza, Spain, doing a workshop there with 100 leaders, global leaders. Beautiful. And then I am also on my way to Japan in September to do another global leadership summit, if you will. So yeah, we're international, national, and local. I tell people, we are where the people are. Wherever your feet are and wherever you feeling like you can't deal with what's really happening, that's where we need to show up. So wherever there are people in humanity and they're broken in their spirit, that's where we're willing to go.
Well, Dr. Marty, we don't mind Sisters for Sisters Network and 4SstersLIVE to go with you.
And look, and let us know, how do we contact you and those persons around the world? How do they contact you to know exactly what you do and how to invite you there?
Sure. Thank you for that. The best way would be to go to unguninstitute.com. And you can go ahead and fill out a form if you're looking to bring me in as a speaker or looking to do a workshop. You may even need individual ungunning. That's a 5-week session. So it's many different things that we offer. So you fill out that form, tell us what your needs are, and then we can tell you exactly what we do. Beautiful. So that's unguninstitute.com. And a direct number to reach us is 314-518-5508. That's 314-518-5508. We are just a part of, if you look at a 5,000 piece puzzle, we're just one piece on the puzzle, but one piece missing is an incomplete puzzle.
That's the incomplete.
So we're just one piece in terms of the solution, but we're willing to come in and fit into the multiple pieces that's on the board and make a difference.
Wow. There's a lot of trauma going on in our country right now, and it needs to be ungunned.
Yes.
Absolutely.
There's a
And
lot
Wyoming
happening
is one of
around
our coaches. Let me just say that
us.
I'm always proud to say that we have coaches all around this nation, and Wyoming is one of our coaches, one of the first coaches that was trained. We were in Bath, Maine when that took place. So we're all about doing what we need to do for the world. So thank you, Y.
Yeah, thank you for even the connection is on a different from a different perspective. You all don't know that she won't tell you she's an actress. She's a yes, and film and on stage. She's a playwright. She's a vocalist. She's a recording artist. She's a poet. She's all of this ball of fire in one. She has done. She has her own one woman show that travels and talks about her life and everything surrounding her life. She is a advocate for the violence that happens in her community. This woman is out on the front line, y'all. She is a battle about herself. She's a force to be reckoned with. She is the mayor of her town. No, I'm just gonna put that. But in
I'm
St.
not
Louis,
the mayor, but I guess when they can't reach her, they call me. But
well, yeah, I mean, you know people, you've done things, and Marty, we talked on the phone one day. This is I can't believe it's been 10 years
yeah,
that
yeah.
she got the call when Michael Brown was gunned down, and we were literally on the phone talking. We were on the phone, and she said, "I gotta go. Why? I gotta go. I gotta go. Something's." And next thing I know, it's on the news, and they
Yeah.
called her, and she immediately went on the scene. And so she's been a part of the Michael Brown family life ever since, and probably before. But her connections, as I'm saying, she goes out to LA to the Oscars, I believe, and do what she needs to do in that respect. So she's a traveling woman. So we are honored to have you
Yes,
a
indeed.
part of us in this organization. And we need the women. I think it's high time that we put and bind our forces totally together, because the conversation today is about domestic violence. We have been domestically abused, even in this country. Mentally, we're just trying to be the strong women. And God has orchestrated this so well. I believe this is orchestrated definitely by God to put Kamala Harris in the place that she's in now. We thank President Joe Biden, because there's so much
Yeah.
that was going on surrounding that, and God spoke to him. I believe God spoke to him,
Yes.
That's good.
and the speaking to him led to where we are today. And I think because we have been on this platform for over 5 years now, it was set up for such a time as this.
Mhm.
Because we could have gave up
Exactly.
this show a long time ago.
Ooh, they need you now more than ever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
We
you
could
are.
have gave up a long time ago on
We
this
have
show.
got to get the good word out. The good
Yeah.
word.
And
Yeah.
so we have to get the word out. So
Yes.
with that being said, I know Charlene has something to ask you at some point, but what is your take on this, where we are politically and having a woman to be becoming our next president of the United States?
That's a good question, and I actually have been asked that several times in the last couple of weeks, and so I can honestly say to you that it's not about if we feel that we're ready. It's about, did God call her to be ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that I just personally believe that she would not be in this position when we look at all of the things that has happened, had to move out of the way, things had to come forward for her to be right here. And so I truly believe that she's been called to be in this position. Everything has just lined up, like taking steps up, right? And that's where she's at, and I'm here to follow. I'm with her. I'm right here with her, whatever it takes to make that happen. But one of the things that I want to say, and this is my personal view on this, is that the same ways that we have had to, if we say right now, let's go to war, we know what going to war looks like. We know the fatigues we're going to wear. We know the songs we're going to sing. We're going to be marching. We understand, who's in control, from a colonel to a sergeant, and all of those things, and the order form of it. But if I say, let's go to peace, nobody knows what to do first. Because we have not taken the time to understand strategically what
Wow.
it means to go to peace. And so I feel like if there's anything that we can do to help our president-elect, Kamala Harris, right now, get into a position to be ready and also be resilient and also be protected and also walk in purpose, we have to put that strategic plan in place. Now, it was great to see that when they rolled her out, I'm starting to see some of that because I have not seen that prior. It was very strategic that when she came out, they had her talk to the Black women first because we're the last to have a voice about anything. So
Wow.
we was first to hear it.
Good point.
Then she brought in her Black brothers because we look at self, we look at family, then we look at community. So to complete the family, we got to now talk to our Black men. So then moving into community, she then brought in white sisters because she figured if I can talk to they women first, I'll have a better chance of them hearing me when I bring them in last.
They have the same causes.
White men came in last. And like I said already, the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And that is what we're seeing. And that's a strategic plan. So that if there's anything that I can offer to 4SstersLIVE, because why you said it earlier when I was behind stage, this is a movement.
It is. Yeah.
Move with her.
Yes.
Let everything that you do be intentional. You are if it's just 2 minutes, add a 2-minute Kamala Harris for president moment.
That's another T-shirt. Let me write it down.
Yeah. Add it on the show and give the highlights every week. Give a 1 minute or 2 minute highlight of what's going on with her, what's being said, and we move with her. Movement means there's action. Action means we're taking it moment for moment, and we're taking steps forward. So let's move with her. You have a powerful platform to do that. You're right in her backyard.
That's right.
There should not be another platform. This a platform full of Black women. She talked to us first. Grab a hold of that mantle, add that piece inside of this platform, and move with her and watch what happens.
Wow.
That's what we're saying. We are a force within ourselves, within this organization.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I think it's like critical, important at this time, because Kamala being a prosecuting attorney to me, some may say it's not a stellar record in California, but what I will say that it is a record that I have witnessed myself for her protecting our young Black men from getting unjustifiable long sentencing. And I think this is where I see Ungun making that connection with her, because she understands that the justice system has given sentences to life in prison to our young men for petty crimes. I mean, some people may think breaking into houses isn't a petty crime, which you get more time for breaking into someone's home than you do for killing someone. I don't know if people really knew that, but
that's true. That's true.
That's a good
Depends
point.
on who you are.
Depends on who you are. Yeah. So particularly Black men. So how do you see in your town, like where you are now, how you can work with some of the senators there, or even the congressional caucus there, concerning some of the bills that she is going to enforce as president, and also she's already started enforcing as vice president? How do you see yourself working with her for 2025?
Well, first of all, that would be an honor and a pleasure to work with her. But I also want to say, I've shared this before. Cori Bush is my cousin. Congresswoman Cori Bush is my cousin, and right now there is a gentleman that's running up against her to unseat her, who is also a good friend of mine. And so when I look at that, kind of being caught in the middle, I am really truly looking at where we are right now and what it is we really need. And when I say we, I'm looking at St. Louis. What do we need to move us forward, and who can carry that the best? That's what we have to do, because when we vote them into a position, they're working for us.
Right.
And I believe that they forget that, and we allow them to forget that. They get into a position and they come across as if they're a higher power. but you
Right.
are in power because we
Yes.
voted for you. We is always going to be bigger than I.
True.
And that's how we need to continue to move. So the moment that we see these elected officials that we voted for not doing what they ran on and what we endorsed, we need to call them out. The we needs to show up.
That's right.
We wait
That's
too
true.
late. We wait until another election and then we sit around and complain and then we don't want to vote again. No, that's not how it should be. We need to stay with them throughout the entire job that they're doing. And when they're not doing the job, we are their bosses.
That's right.
That's true.
True.
Marty, you
So
are
true.
preaching right now, and I hope the audience hears this. Earlier during the show, you said, I think there was over 600, maybe 300 some seats that are coming up right here, not only in your town, but in our neck of the woods as well. And you said something else that was important, that your friends are going up against one another. But at this time, you're using critical thinking, saying, what can you do for us? Like, do you match up with my agenda?
That's what's
concerning
most
my
important.
people
Mhm.
versus me saying, I'm going to vote for you because you're a woman. I'm going to vote for you because you're black. I'm going to vote for you because you may,
Look
you know,
at
help
the
my
agenda.
sorority, you know,
Mhm.
do what it needs to do and keep the funding
Mhm.
going on. You're
Mhm.
using critical thinking and saying, no, I am going to vote because I have a need concerning my organization, whether it's Sisters for Sisters Network, whether it is Ungun. We have an agenda.
That's right.
Can you get on our agenda? Because that's why we're voting you in. And that's why I'm using my influence
That's right.
to have my people that's connected to me vote for you. So
That's
talk
right.
to me about, you know, like why I would want to vote for you anyway if you're not on my agenda and you're still being fed money from
Right.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Yeah,
inside.
we really should have a list of
Yeah.
individually what we want for our families.
Start with
Most
self.
important.
Remember
Start
that.
with self.
Start with
Yeah.
self,
Start with
family,
self.
community.
What can you do to help me and my family?
Exactly.
And what is your agenda? And so especially on the local level, we've got to be more astute and go to these meetings. Find out when your ANC meeting is. Find out when your community meeting is so that you'll know exactly what their agenda is. Because I found myself when it was time to elect somebody on a ballot, I didn't know that person. So it just made, and you can't just say any, meeny, miny, mo, check.
Right.
Right.
That's what happens a lot now.
People do. You can't do
Right.
it.
Because
So
they
then
don't
you
know
feel
who's out there. They
That's
have
right.
not made themselves known to the
Right. That's
community.
right. If they
to
have
know
monthly meetings, we've got to find out where is the monthly meeting. This is a good time to do that. Where is the monthly meeting for my neighborhood, my
It's so
monthly
good.
meeting for my area? Because
Yes.
those are the leaders that are also there in their beginning stages to go to the next level. And you
That's
have to
it.
see what they're all about.
And stop them in their track if they just got in
Stop them.
by slickly. Let me tell
And
you
make
what
sure they're
happened
doing
when
what they
Donald Trump and that
Mhm.
thing happened. Sorry, I don't mean to be calling names or whatever, but listen, excuse me. When it came to election in Florida, did you not know there were 3 candidates that ended up, give me a second, that ended up showing up on a ballot that had never did politics before? You know how they got in there, guys? They got in there because that far right paid for them to get in there.
That's right.
Look
That's
at
right.
Florida. I'm telling you, they
That's
paid
what
for
they
them to be.
do.
They
That's
have
what
no
they're
clue. They're
doing.
like, where the ballot at? Here. Yeah. They have no clue.
No clue.
And
Right.
we allowed that because we said, well, we go have, Biden anyway. We're not even going to worry about the local votes. We're not going to worry about our city council. We're not going to worry about our local government. But you better be looking at local government because it affects federal government.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
That's
at
where it starts.
at Ungun Institute, we use the arts disciplines, different parts of the arts to really help to communicate to individuals or how to disarm trauma. I have one more piece I would like to leave you all with since we're on this subject and it fits really well. And this is friends and family. Did you know that 468 seats in the U.S. Congress are up for election this year? 33 Senate, the entire House, and 435 seats are up for election. These are the people who make and change our laws. Laws protect our general safety and ensure our rights as citizens against abuse by other people, organizations, and by the government itself. We have laws to help protect and provide for us and ensure our general public safety. When these laws governed by the people we vote for or compromise, we all suffer. The time is now to choose people over policies, policy over politics, people over positions, and most importantly, people over paychecks. As we are approaching a presidential election year and the 10th year of the unrest of Ferguson, I encourage each of you to take the "it's our duty also" attitude and make sure our loved ones are registered to vote. Make sure that they have a ride to the polls and make sure that they truly understand the importance of the policy that they are voting for, because these policies can and will affect our communities. Know before you vote is a slogan we all need to adopt.
Yes.
Our baby,
Yes,
our baby.
honey.
Yes.
Yes, let's vote, people. Let's
vote.
vote.
And let's
Let's
get some of us
vote.
in
Let's
there.
vote.
Know before you vote.
Know before
Write
you
that in
vote.
there.
Well,
Know
Dr.
before
Marty,
you
Know
thank
before
you
you
so
vote.
much for that, because this is something we need today and always. You know, this will be your last time coming back. You are always here in our family. You're part of us, and you will be back. That's no doubt about it. But before we leave, we got 1 minute or two left. Let's show the flyer. Since we spoke of Sonia Massey, I believe they're having something in Springfield, yes, Illinois, on today.
Wow.
Yes. Did you want to speak briefly on what this is about, Dr. Marty?
Sure. They're calling everyone forward. I've been receiving calls. There are thousands upon thousands of people galvanizing right now from all over the nation. This is not just an Illinois situation. This is not just a Missouri situation. This is a cultural situation that we should not get used to. And so it's time for us to stop the violence and show up. This particular call is for the bikers to come from all over, and the kickstands go up at 2:30. I mean, at 2 o'clock, kickstands go up at 2:30, and they're pulling off to arrive in Springfield, Illinois. Hey, don't just meet me there, beat me there. I'm telling you, yes. I believe that today I'm going to take off to try to get there myself. Yes. And if I don't make it there today, I will definitely be there sometime this week to make a presence. You all, there's power in numbers, and yes, be sure to add yourself in to the numbers.
Well, we're going to keep her name. We're going to continue to say her name and others as well as we move forward, even saying the name of the next president of the United States of this America, and that is Kamala Harris. And so we're very proud of her. We're proud of the work we're doing. We're proud of the work you're doing, Dr. Marty, and we love you as always. But we will see you next time when you come. We have next week is our health and wellness. Who is our guest? Linda, we have a guest next week?
We don't have our guest yet.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about health and our wellness.
We have a tentative guest. Don't want to say.
Okay, no worries.
Can I say this one while before Dr. Casey leaves? Look, check this out. This is the event that we're going to be doing. This is our second annual car, bike, truck fundraiser that we're doing for domestic violence, just to continue the message. And as we talked offline, Dr. Casey, we're going to work very hard to get you here to Prince George's County. Okay.
Yes.
So be on the lookout. Let's make it, and we're claiming it.
Yes, absolutely. Coming up, we're going to be talking about this even more and more as it leads up to October, and prayerfully you will be joining us. So as always, we've had a great time. But what time is it?
It's time for you to walk in your purpose and prosperity.
Thank you all for watching. We love you for your support. We'll see you next week. We're out. Bye-bye.
Hey, no, I'm look, wait a minute. Hold it. Let me say this. I'm ready to leave to go back to celebrate with Why. Are y'all guys going with me?
Y'all ready? Let's go party. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
Come to the swim party. Come to my house.